If life was tough before COVID, it's gotten a lot tougher. And in that time, we need to navigate with those that make us feel good, feel warm, and can perpetuate, give us some hope with where we want to go. And I think radio does so many of those things to facilitate that connectivity, whether it's with your past or the present. And radio does that better than almost any medium I can think of.
Radio goes back to the beginning, right? We've always had these personal relationships with our local DJs. Since I'm a kid, I've always been obsessed with my local DJ. And their influencer status, there was power in that. And these podcasters, they have that kind of influence now. It's a one-to-one relationship in your skull, practically.
They were able to hear their teacher's voice on the radio during a time of so much uncertainty, and the children didn't really understand what was happening. Being able to hear their voice on the radio provided some consistency, some routine for them, and it actually just kind of let them know that everything was going to be okay. So radio really helped us in a time of when we didn't have much to go on.
Radio works because it's audio, and audio is the most important ways to tell stories, move people, and therefore move product.
2020 has really focused us on what local radio does so well and what the medium does so well, which is connect on the most intimate level with our listener. Radio works because it's real people who are relatable and local, talking to real people who are local and need to be related to.
Even though you don't visualize things right in front of you with radio, the sounds that you hear can be just as powerful and just as evocative, and bringing to life those moments and experiences and the sense of joy through sound.
Radio is going to continue to be a very integral part of the industry going forward. Broadcast radio is and remains very important to the industry, to cars.
Anything and everything having to do with voice and audio is growing dramatically.
When people are able to sort of imagine for themselves what they're hearing and they create the characters themselves based on their experiences, I think they're able to connect more personally.
Radio works because it's an opportunity to connect one-on-one with a listener.
Radio is like a kind of a constant companion. It's not as all-consuming as, say, TV. It's always there.
It is entrenched in super serving the communities that it serves.
Radio is one of those mediums that can just reach a lot of people.
We have the reach, the scale, the companionship, the intimate engagement with our audiences.
In radio, they know their audience. They have connections with those people, with their listeners.
Now more than ever, people are seeking companionship. And while listening may have shifted from at work to at home, we at our core have always been reflective of what's happening in our listeners' lives. And so even though their lives have changed, the need for companionship hasn't.
Radio works because it is a friend. It is a colleague. It is company. It is important to my local community. It is a facilitator. It is a driver. You know, as human beings, we all have many characteristics. We have many things that we all rely upon in order to be able to live each day. Radio is kind of like a substitute human because it has all of those wonderful characteristics, and radio does that better than almost any medium I can think of.